Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. This is Let's Play How to Date a Magical Girl. I lean forward hesitantly and take a cautious bite from the sandwich. Let me double check. Yep, volume's okay. It tastes just how I expected it would. It's pretty plain, but I feel like I should at least act impressed. Yum, that's delicious. Aw, ain't it just? My old ma used to make sandwiches like this for me back when I was a sick kid. Whenever I eat them now, I just get transported right back to the good old days. Ray's smile turns into an expression of curiosity when she looks at the lunch I'm holding. What do you got there? It's just instant ramen. Sweet, count me in. Got any spare chopsticks? No, sorry. No prob. I'll just dig in with my fingers. Bon appetit. Ray dips her hand right into the hot cup of instant ramen and pulls out a fistful of noodles. She slurps them down in seconds. Just when I thought maybe I'd finally met someone somewhat normal, my worldview is completely shattered. Is there nobody normal at this damn academy? Well, all in all, Ray seems like a good person, even if she is a bit forward. I decide to just go with the flow and play along with Ray's lunchtime fantasies. Give me another bite of that sandwich. Roger that. She laughs like a maniac and tears off a piece of her sandwich. Before throwing it at my face, I manage to catch it in my mouth, and she claps enthusiastically. Good job, haha. Our lunchtime fun is interrupted all of a sudden by a voice in the stairwell. What do you two think you're doing up here? We turn to see what it is. Honestly, I've been looking for you everywhere. I didn't think you'd be up here. It seems like Mew has been trying to find me. Sorry, Mew. I had no idea you were looking for me. Mew just frowns. I wasn't talking to you. Ray, you know you were going to go over your studies today, but instead you're out here throwing food around. Ah, geez, sorry, Mimi. Whoa, you two know each other? Yeah, Mew's my bestest buddy in the whole world. Something like that. It's just a revelation I never saw coming. A plot twist so unexpected, so out of place, that it just destroyed my entire perspective of this world. Mew, the perfect school princess, is best friends with Ray, the happy-go-lucky tomboy. I have to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. Lunar D8, stop pinching yourself. You'll bruise your skin. Well, Ray, there's still some time before lunch ends. Do you want to go over your notes? Sure, but I was having such fun here. You can have fun after you've improved your grades. Yeah, I guess so. Well, guess there's nothing else for it. See you around, Lunar D8. Thanks for chilling with me. Yeah, I had fun. Good luck with your studies. Mew shoots me an icy glare. Don't forget that you should be studying too. Your first set of exams will be here before you know it. I don't want you to be disappointed with your results. I hang my head in shame since when was Mew able to make me feel so guilty? The girls enter the stairwell and I'm left all alone on the rooftop. School is finished for the day. How should I spend the evening? Okay. Return book. Borrow book. Go somewhere else. Doesn't let me go to the rooftop, though. Convenience store. We should probably buy something. What do we got here? Huh. Okay, I'll buy some sushi. Oh god, that's fucking bright. That hurts my eyes. Okay, I'll return. You know what, while we're here... That is expensive. Let's do some work. I can earn some money. Start work. Grab an apron, put it on, head to check counter. Time goes by slowly. Just a beer thing. You look a little young. Do you have any idea? Yes. Great. Can I see it? Yes. I left it somewhere. Do you want to go and get it? I can't sell the beer without ID. I'll get my ID. Can you hold the beer for me? Yeah, no problem. Customer leaves, and they never come back. Thanks, make sure that I entered a bonus. I earned 1,400 yens. Time to head home. Read book. Alchemy 2. Read book. Sleepy time. Schedule. Library, forest. When do I actually get to go to the forest? Go to school. As I'm on my way to the first class, I run into Cowrie in the hallway. Hey, watch where you're going. What a pleasure to see you in the morning. Hey, Cowrie, how are you doing? Going? What? I don't know. I'm actually just been window shopping before school. Oh yeah, what do you have your eye on? Well, it's not like you'd care, but I have a really nice pair of gloves on sale. I should have enough money next week to go get them. Nice. Are you pinching pennies to save up? Pinching pennies, how dare you? I'm not some peasant. I come from a very wealthy family, I'll have you know. My assets are tied up right now, you know. I'm planning to speak to my financial advisor very soon. I see. Well, I hope you can get those gloves soon. Thank you. I can't figure out financial status. Are you rich or just me, or are you born in the gutter? Neither. Neither? What's that supposed to mean? Don't tell me you're middle class. Well, I guess I am, and I really thought about it. How dreadful. Oh, I got a newfound pity for you. Geez, thanks. You know, if you ever want to move up in the world, you got a long way to go from middle class to just getting a part-time job or 3. Without wealth, how do you expect to capture the heart of a pretty girl, for one? Could you never date a mad class? Nobody. I'll keep that in mind. Make sure that you do. As I sit in class today, I remember my conversation with you and Ray from yesterday. I can't help but feel the pressure from Yu's expectations on my shoulder. She wants me to study hard to get good grades and ace my exams. But the weight of her expectations is making it harder for me to actually concentrate on studying. I feel like I'm going to disappoint her no matter what. If I don't do well in my exams, will I fail at the academy? If I'm going to spend so much of my time here, I should at least put in a little more effort. So from today on, I'm going to use my time more effectively, and I'll study hard and make everyone proud of me. I can now travel to the lab, field, and park. When I reach the school gates, I'm surprised to see no less than 5 girls waiting for me. It would seem that Ray, my newest friend, has joined my lovely harem. Yo, I can't believe you've got so many girls waiting for you. Neither can I. Are you a little heartbreaker? What's the deal? Lunar D8 is just Lunar D8. Yay! How'd you guess that these were my friends? Me told me so, of course. I introduced Ray to everyone this afternoon. I figured I couldn't keep her existence secret any longer. Hope that's okay. Mimi, why you gotta talk like you're ashamed of me? I'm not ashamed of you, I just wish you work harder. Bleh. Our group certainly has gotten lively. I never expected to make so many friends in the academy. I hardly made any friends in my first year here, and yet here all meet each other quickly. Don't worry, Cowrie. You're part of the group now. It doesn't make it the second year we still love you. Thanks, Akari. I'm glad to so many friends now, even if some of them are complete Nope, don't say it. But anyway, Lunar Day, you got to choose one of us. Huh, what are you talking about? You know, it's pretty damn clear that Lunar Day just wants us for our bodies. But you gotta pick, you can't have all of us. I freeze in fear. This is a trap. This is a trap. This is a trap. This is a trap. Don't answer the question. Don't answer the question. Don't answer the... I like being friends with all of you. Ray shuffles around before bursting into fitter laughter. Yo, I totally had you going. Haha, you should have seen the look in your face. The rest of the girls visibly relax. I can tell they weren't in on the joke. Relieved that Ray wasn't serious, I feel like I can let my guard down. But seriously, I play hard to get into, okay? Don't think I'm easy. If you want to get with me, you better treat me right. Haha. The rest of the girls giggle along with her. It definitely seems like Ray is the life of the party. I thought that maybe my days could be peaceful, but as long as these girls are around, I don't think I'm going to get any rest. Oh well, I'm pretty sure this is what I've always wanted. Anyway, 5 lovely ladies, that's all seem to tolerate me at the very least. Picking only one to be with is a tough choice, but I vowed to have a girlfriend by New Year's Eve. That's my goal and I'm sticking to it. If I focus just one of these girls, I can probably woo her, then try to win her heart. Let the challenge begin.
Ray is now available to spend time with. I can check her schedule to see where she hangs out.
Okay, well, we're going Yui route this time, so we can go to the... Okay, so this would be perception. This would be a place to buy gifts, make money, read books. Oh, I see. We go to these places to improve things. Neat. Oh, Yui's here today, so we'll come here. First, let's give Yui a gift. I brought sushi. Library sushi. I can't believe you got me a gift. Thank you so much. Yui's affection increased by 2. Yay! Spend time with Yui. Sad face. Hang out. I hang out with Yui and we discuss world politics. I must have dozed off because Yui is nowhere to be found when I open my eyes. Yui's affection increased by 1. Read book. Read. Dive into book. I like reading. Starting to get sleepy, so I'll stop here for now. There's only 1 chapter remaining, time to get some sleep. I do like reading a lot. I also like napping and listening to music. Did I catch a cold overnight? I managed to come out of the kitchen. I tried to prepare something for breakfast, but I don't think I can stomach food right now. Maybe I should skip school today. I feel absolutely dreadful. More than that, I have a shrinking feeling in my spit. It's an otherworldly sensation I've never felt before. So I can sense something terrible is going to happen today. I don't know why, but my body is warning me of danger, like some sort of premonition. I'm not a superstitious person, but I don't believe in having a sixth sense or in seeing signs from above. But this feels real. This feels real serious. I've never experienced anything like it. An anxious gnawing deep inside me. If something truly is going down today, I need to go to the academy. If I stay home, I'll just be worried sick. Anyway, I know I get my belongings headed for the door. In the corridor, I'm greeted by none other than my newest friend, Ray. Heyo, what's happening? Oh, you don't look so hot. You feeling okay? Yeah, I'll be fine, Ray. Has anything happened this morning? No, I don't think so. I'm feeling me before outside. I can't say anything. I mean, our friend Akari has healing powers. Maybe she could, like, fix this? Like, use, like, the power of NyQuil compels you or something? Have you seen the other girls, Akari, Yuri, or Kaori? Nah, sorry. We're here pretty early, though. Yeah, true. Judge Reyes' attitude, nothing bad happens. School, maybe I got all worked up over nothing. But how else do you explain the feeling I had? By the way, I know I teased you a lot yesterday about having to pick one of us girls to date, but I wasn't really serious, okay? I don't know if the other girls are even interested in you, haha. So if you ever wanted to take me on a date, I probs wouldn't say no, you know? Ah, Ray, just a little. Blushes just a little. Strange seeing her become bashful all of a sudden. You know? I feel the world would be a much better place. Everyone's a lot more direct or just actually, you know, liked people. It's like, yeah, one, if people were more direct and honest about what they thought and felt, but also if people actually just liked me. Then again, I would, my first reaction if this was the case would be like, where's the secret camera? Just because you're just so used to the opposite. You just learn to accept a certain prejudice about how you are going to expect life to turn out. Anyway, if you're ever interested, treat me to a hot lunch or something. I'm a pretty simple girl. Food and honesty is all I care about. Got it? Thanks, Ray. I like food as well. I also like honesty. Don't mention it. I'll be waiting for you, haha. Ray wanders away, and I lean against the wall to catch my breath. Any other day, I wouldn't believe that a cute girl would practically just give me permission to ask her out. But today, I just don't feel all the way there. The gnawing sensation in my stomach remains, and it isn't fading away. While I'm trying to calm myself down, I look at the windows, notice something unusual. And then Sephiroth's meteor is like crashing to Earth. The sky is looking a little darker, and heavy clouds are hanging overhead. Normally I wouldn't think anything of it, but since the skies were clear just a minute ago, it feels a little bit strange. I feel a tap on my shoulder and nearly jump out of my skin. Eep, sorry Lunar, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, Hikari, geez, you startled me. Sorry. Hikari follows my gaze and looks outside. Is it going to rain? I'm not sure. The forecast this morning said clear skies all day. Looks like Kaori is here now too. I nodded her and turned my attention to the window once more. Have either of you seen Yui this morning? Yeah, I saw her earlier. She said she was going to the lab early to practice her alchemy. What do you ask? No reason. Without warning, the entire academy starts to shake violently. Eek! What's happening? The girls are thrown from their feet and hit the ground. I manage to keep my balance, but I'm still slammed to the wall with some force. Ow. The shaking continues, but it's not as bad as the first tremor. I reach out a hand to Hikari and help her off the ground. We both help Kaori. Just before the stampede of panicked students rush through the hall. We need to get outside. Come on, let's go. Dazed and bewildered, I manage to follow the girls outside into the courtyard. Ah, there you are. We spot Ray on the other side of the courtyard, and she rushes over to us. She's accompanied by Miu, who looks as calm and composed as ever. Crazy morning, right? What the hell is going on? I'd guess it's an earthquake, but it seemed very strange. Thank goodness we're all safe. We're not all here, though. Yui might still be inside the academy. I'm sure she'll be okay. It doesn't look like anything inside the building has been damaged. A tremor as large as the first rocks the ground, and we're all tossed about violently. Students are screaming behind us. I swing around to look, and see that one of the girls is lying on the ground, badly injured. Her legs seem to have snapped in half, and her knee is bent in the wrong direction. Yeah, I'm wincing just reading this, let alone I wince at the sight. A teacher that I've never seen before runs to girls' aid and tells everyone to stay calm. Lunar D8? What? Look up. What? Is it a meteor? No, it's the stuff from Star Ocean till the end of time. Follow Hikari's instruction, look into the sky. The clouds have darkened even more, and an ominous glow is starting to appear. We're not dealing with an earthquake here, are we? The other girls follow my gaze and gasp. The outline of some arcane symbol is being sketched into the sky. Violet beams of light illuminate the clouds, tracing out a rune of esoteric origin. Miu's jaw drops, her normally composed attitude falls away, and she whispers a warning. It's a summoning sigil. A summoning sigil, I don't know what that is, but judging by the horror etched onto Miu's face, it's not good. The earth trembles once more, this time accompanied by a thundering roar, loud enough to split the heavens asunder. The sigil in the sky has fully formed, and it crackles of electrified energy. And then, in a single split second that will be forever burned in memory, it appears. Are you from Final Fantasy? An unholy beast drops from above, ripping the fabric of the sky to shreds as it completes its violent birthing ritual. It hits the ground with a tremendous impact and lets out a furious snarl, like a bloodthirsty lion. The thing, whatever it is, towers above all of us. Its rippling, muscle-bound biceps flex with raw strength. The horns atop its skull glimmer, with a shadowy sheen ready to puncture anything in its way. My attention is only torn away from the incredible monster by the dull sound of Hikari hitting the ground next to me. The poor girl is passed out from fear. I want to help her to bring her to her feet, but my body won't move. I feel paralyzed, like I can do nothing to run from the scene unfolding before me. Amidst the screams of the students, I hear a familiar voice call out, "Students, everybody, do not engage the monster. Leave this area at once." Ah, no kidding. Who in the right mind would try to fight this freaking thing? Guys, we gotta bolt. Let's go. Ray, go and take them all with you. Wait, don't tell me. You're not planning to try to roast it, are you? Just go. I ain't leaving you till fight 2. Beast isn't going to wait for us to finish arguing among ourselves. It roars with fury and starts thrashing wildly, tearing a tree from the ground before launching it toward the side of the academy. The sturdy brick wall crumbles underneath the weight of the great oak, and the beast pounds upon its chest in triumph. There's no time for this. If we're going to act, we act now. It'll be good to put my magic into practice for once. In order to defend this academy, I'll vanquish any demon that sets foot here. Prepare to face an inferno of power. Blazing Rose transformation. A torrent of magical energy enshrouds Miu and wisps up a storm of sparks around her. When she emerges from the arcane vortex, she looks nothing like she did before. She's dressed as a fiery red gown decorated with roses, and her hair has adopted a crimson shade. Just like the anime and manga, it seems magical girls prepare for combat by transforming into a more powerful form. I simply can't believe that this is the calm, stoic Miu standing before us. There. Now, it's time to put my years of training to test. I advise you all to stand back. Things are about to heat up. Miu bravely dashes forward to confront the monster. Rei chases her on, cheers her on, and Kaori just watches in silence. Akari has returned to her feet, perhaps strengthened by Miu's resolve. The monster roars and challenges Miu as she stares it down. You will not terrorize this place. Prepare for incineration. A whirlwind of blistering hot fire encircles Miu, like a cobra coiling around its prey. She seems to have complete control of the blaze, and she guides it with her hands, shaping it to her will. Return to ash. The serpent of flame erupts forth and pierces the foul beast right between the eyes. The beast bellows in agony as the fire singes its otherworldly flesh. The scent of burnt skin permeates the air and makes me feel ill. Ah, yeah, you go, girl. I can't say I share Rei's enthusiasm. It would seem the battle is far from over. Although the monster took a terrible blow, it doesn't seem to be fazed by the scorch mark in the middle of its face. Grr, I guess it's going to take more than one blast to bring you down. Without warning, the beast lets loose a swooping strike with its fist. Miu manages to dive to the side. She narrowly avoids the obsidian claws raking across her chest. She hits the ground and rolls, quickly returning to her feet like a skilled acrobat. Someone needs to help her out. She can't take the thing on her own. Why don't you do something for once? Don't tell me you're all talk. I don't know even a single spell. I've been at this academy for just a couple of weeks. Rei, you're a third year too, right? Surely you can transform just like Miu. Well, of course I can, but I can't control my magic as well as Mimi can. She's always lecturing me about my needing to practice more. The way I am now, if I go out there, I'll just get in her way and put more danger. Grr, Akaria, what about you? Lunar Day, you know I can't transform. I'm in the same boat as you. And besides, I don't think I have the type of magic that can defeat a monster. What do you mean? I can only heal, remember? Oh, right. I look back at the fight and see that Miu is summoning flame once more. Haha, let's try this again. In reaction to this, the monster slams the fist on the ground, knocking Miu off balance with the force of the tremors. Ah, damn it. With her concentration shattered, the flames surrounding her instantly dissipate. In that moment, Miu looks over us. The confidence and bravery she displayed just moments ago vanished, replaced only by fear. Her eyes are begging, pleading for assistance. We have to help her. Without thinking, I charge forward. Lunar D8, no. Idiot, what can you do? I don't know what's going through my mind. Maybe, just maybe, I can freeze the monster like I did the one time with the glass of water. But I don't know how to do it. I don't know what my actions to perform or words to say. I come to a sudden stop, just feet away from the monster. I feel its warm breath on my skin, and a trickle of sweat drips down my neck. I think I've made a terrible mistake. Get out of the way! Move! The monster's claws come down and a heavy weight slams into me, sending me flying. I hit the ground with a violent impact, and the air is knocked out of my lungs. Sprawled out on the pavement, I struggle to take a breath. As I splutter and cough, a shadow falls across my face. You'll be right. Lucky I can sprint. Oh, thank heavens, it was Rei that knocked me down, not the monster. Oh no, what about Miu? I scramble to my feet and with Rei's assistance turn back to the fight. Miu is still standing and she's trying to charge her fiery stallion. Can anyone buy me some time? As much as Miu pleads, I can't see what any of us can do without completely sacrificing ourselves. I look down at my hands, my useless, unskilled hands. I can't do a thing to help her. I turn to Akari, who's kneeling with tears in her eyes. I then look to Rei, standing beside me, nervously biting her fingernails. I wonder where the hell Yui's in all this chaos. She never showed up, but I suppose if she's indoors, she's probably safe. I then look over to Kaori, who is gone. She's not standing where she was standing a minute ago. Where did she disappear to? Just a little longer. Mayu's flames are coiling around her, gaining power, but the beast is bearing down on her, gnashing its teeth together and preparing to launch a frenzied attack. I think Kaori probably has a wind power. Either she's mentioned it or I'm just assuming it based on just aesthetics that are normally in anime. Maybe if fire and wind is combined, it could be a stronger attack? Miu grits her teeth. I can see sweat on her brow. I faintly hear the curse under her breath. Please, anyone, buy me just one more minute. Oh, fine. That voice, that irritated, impatient voice. Kaori is standing behind the giant monster. She has her arms crossed and an annoyed expression on her face. Look at me, you big lug. Her taunt causes the monster to briefly turn around. It examines her up and down, decides she's not a threat, and then she turns back to Miu. How rude. I'll show you your place. You're nothing but scum. Miu, I'll buy you the time you need, but you better not let me down. Now, how does this go again? That's right, focus energy, imagine power flowing through me. Aha, I can feel it. Alright, time to teach this big-horned freak not to mess with me. Neko transformation? I assume it's a cat? Oh, this is hilarious. So what's your power? A blizzard of sparkling lights surrounds Kaori. When she steps forth from the hurricane of glitter, she seems like a completely different person. She's now wearing a cute pink little number. Black cat ears and a tail have sprouted, and I can't tell if they're really attached to her or just part of her new outfit. Gold bangles adorn her wrists, and a bell hangs around her neck. I have to say, compared to Miu's transformation, I'm not instantly struck with awe. Right, here we go. Kaori swings forward a couple steps and launches herself into the air at breakneck speed. Cool. Just like a cat, she has become nimble and graceful. She becomes a blur in the air as she hurtles toward the monster. Whoa, she's fast. Unreal, even Kaori can transform. Well, she's a second year. I guess she's already learned how to control her powers. Kaori rockets downward, leaving behind a sparkling conch shell of enchanted glitter. Take this. Kaori slams the side of the beast's head, clawing at its face with her hands. The beast cries out in anguish and frantically tries to swat her, but before it can even land a hit, Kaori uses its horns to spring back up into the air and prepare for a second drop. Way to go, Kaori. Yes, thank you, Kaori. Now, just a few more seconds, Kaori flips midair, turning her skyward jump into a headfirst dive. Eat this, you freak. She plummets toward the monster again and narrowly avoids a counterattack from the beast's claws. She extends a fist forward and connects a solid punch with the monster's jaw. Gotcha. Okay, I'm ready, Kaori. Get back. Roger that. Kaori bounds off the ground without hesitation. She gets herself to safety in the air just as Miu unleashes a barrage of scorching flames. The fire sprays forward and engulfs the beast's entire body. I have to shield my eyes from the blazing inferno in front of me. I feel like I'm going to melt, and I'm only standing on the sidelines. I can't imagine the excruciating pain the monster must be in right now. When the heat from the flames die down, I take a cautious look at the scene in front of me. Just gonna be a skeleton sitting there. The beast has been reduced to a pile of smoldering cinders. The black smoke is thick in the air, and Miu is hunched over, panting with exhaustion. Kaori is walking away from the destruction as she moves. Her magical outfit begins to fizzle and disappear. It is replaced by a regular clothes school uniform within a matter of seconds. It's over. They actually killed that thing. Phew! I slump over the ground and try to take a deep breath. All the anxiety and the horror left me feeling drained and lightheaded. I try to ask Kaori for comfort, but my words don't come out. She doesn't notice me trying to get her attention, and she rushes over to Miu to check up on her. I fall back a little and let my head rest on the pavement. My vision is blurring, and I'm starting to have trouble remembering what just went down. Something about a monster attacking the school? My ears are ringing, my throat is dry. Just before my vision disappears completely, I see the shape of someone's face leaning down over me. Hikari? No. Someone less familiar. Oh, Lunar 8. You look very faint. Are you okay? Satomi? Miss Atsuka. I think it's her. Good. If I pass out, at least the teacher can look after me. I'll just sleep. For a little while. I awaken to an unfamiliar room. The dazzling white lights above make it hard to open my eyes. I try to sit up, but my body is too heavy. I feel sluggish and dull, like I've been in a coma. Try not to move. That voice again. It's definitely Miss Atsuka. Is Lunar yet awake? And there's that comforting, familiar sound of Hikari. Satomi and Hikari stand over me. Satomi puts a delicate hand to my forehead. You're still a bit warm, but I think you'll be okay. What happened? Where am I? You're in the Academy's first aid wing. We had to move you here after the battle. The battle? Don't worry, everybody is okay. There were very few injuries, and nothing that can't be treated with a bit of magic. Oh good. Miu was so brave, she fought that monster so courageously, and even Kaori helped her out. I didn't think she had it in her. Your friends fought splendidly. However, I wish they would have left the battle to us teachers. We are more than capable of handling such a low-level demon. That was a low-level demon. Yes, in a way. But there's no need to concern yourself with that right now. You need to focus on getting better. I think the stress of the situation wore you down. It's not uncommon for the human body to go into shock after such an occasion. You'll be fine just as long as you get some bed rest. But, Satomi, I miss Masuka. Why did that monster attack the school? That I don't know. I will be investigating the reason over the coming days. Regardless, the school has been secured. We have extra teachers on duty to make sure an attack like that doesn't happen again. For now, I need to see that the other students. Akari, will you stay with Lunar D8? Of course, that's no problem. Thank you. Well then, give me a call if you need anything. Feel better soon. Satomi leaves the room. Akari comes to my side and holds my hand. I was worried about you. I appreciate that. Thank you, both the hand-holding and the legitimate fucking caring. That means a lot, thank you. I'll be okay, though. I still pray for your rubbish. Don't worry, I'll look after you, just like how I used to look after you when you got sick as a kid. Some things never change. Akari gives me a warm smile. Akari, what happened to Yui? Where was she during the whole ordeal? Yui, she showed up after the monster went down. She said that she heard the fighting outside, but was too scared to leave the cabin lab. Yeah. I see. I thought for sure when the tremors started she would have tried to go outside. Yeah, me too. I'm not really sure what she was thinking. But something Miu said is kind of bothering me. What's that? Miu called that giant glyph in the sky a summoning sigil. Yeah, so? Well, that means the monster was summoned. It was called to the school by a person. Oh, I get it. You're saying there was some random attack. Somebody intended to attack the school using a monster. Yeah, but who would do such a thing? I don't know, but Yui was the only one who did it at school. We didn't see her before or after the monster was summoned. What are you saying? I don't want to suspect Yui. I don't. It's just someone had to bring the monster here. That's all I'm saying. Akari, Yui's a first-year student, like us. None of us have the power to bring a damn demon forth from the sky. Yeah, you're right. I was being silly. There's absolutely no reason to suspect Yui. Yeah, the more I think about it, the foggier my head gets. I feel like I'm ready to pass out again. I don't know why Akari is trying to put the monster attack on Yui. That just doesn't make any sense. Yui is our friend, and she couldn't possibly have the power to do such a thing. My head is spinning, and the bright lights are giving me a headache. Lunar, are you okay? My eyes close again against my will, and I start to drift off. Patient is stabilizing. Am I in a coma? Is literally the whole Magical Girl Academy just my imagination? Like, did I get seriously injured and now, like, my coma dream is a world of magical girls? And I was just briefly aware of the actual real world for a second. The sound of birds chirping wake me from my deep slumber. I expect to see the harsh white lights of the ceiling, but they're not there. Instead, I'm greeting my familiar sight of my ceiling in my own bedroom. Somehow, I'm back home. I turn my head and see the phone is resting on my bedside table. I grab it and look at the time. I wonder if the demons are some sort of manifestation of my illness that is killing me, and the magical girls are like my white blood cells, fighting the illness and trying to keep me alive. I don't know. My phone is resting on my bedside. I grab it and look at the time. 10:34 a.m. I guess I slept in a bit. I had the weirdest dream. I furrowed my brows. I noticed something unusual. The calendar on my phone says Tuesday. That can't be right. Wait, did I sleep for several days in a row? A stabbing pain pierces my head, and I suddenly remember everything that happened. The battle, the heroic exploits of Mew and Kaori collapsing ground. I remember waking up in Satami bright white room and then falling unconscious once more. And now I'm somewhere back in my room in my own bed. For some reason, it's Tuesday. I swing my legs out from my bed and stifle yawn. How strange. I feel completely fine to you normal women. I suppose a few days of rest was really what I needed. However, I can't help but feel I've wasted an entire weekend. And more. Well, not much I can do. At least I'm feeling okay now. I grab my phone again and notice that I've got a bunch of unread messages. I guess people have actually missed me while I was asleep. Let me know when you wake up, KK. I'm worried about you. Emojis. Hey, keep your energy up and eat lots of protein. You'll be feeling better in no time. We are all hoping you get better soon. I was going to call you an idiot for passing out in the battle when you didn't fight, but Akari told me to be nice to you. So I'll be nice. Final message, Yui. I'm sorry I missed everything that happened. If I had been there, maybe I could have comforted you. I can't even imagine what you all went through. I hope to see you back at the school when you are feeling better. The message from Yui was really nice. I can't believe Akari could ever have suspected her of summoning the monster. I decided to reply to everyone a bit later. I think the first thing I need to do is hit the shower and freshen up, and Ray's idea of get some protein to eat isn't half bad. I'm dreadfully hungry. I'll spend the day pulling myself together and see if I can tackle going back to school tomorrow. Good morning, class. I'm sorry to bring you all here when you're supposed to be studying alchemy with Mr. Steiner, but this will just take a few moments. A few of our students have returned to school today after last week's terrible incident. Miss Shizuka in the second year has recovered from her broken leg thanks to the efforts of the school nurse, and our very own first-year student Olivia is feeling much better. Please give both of these students a warm welcome back. As we move forward, please keep in mind that we're doing everything we can to prevent attacks in the future. Please report any suspicious activity to your teachers. At these words, a few of the students glance over at Yui. Okay? Yui buries her head in her books and heaves a sigh. I look to Akari, who decides to avoid my gaze and stare out the window. So, with all of that out of the way, I hope you can all continue with your studies. Remember, you are always welcome to visit me for counseling, should you require it. But for now, please continue to Mr. Steiner's class. Please take care, everyone. When school finishes for the day, I find everyone waiting for me at the gates. It almost feels like things are back to normal, and that nothing horrible happened last week. Are you happy to be back at school? I'm sure it beats sleeping. Sleeping is generally pretty good. But yes, I'm happy to be back. I don't know why the hell I slept for days. Your body was in complete shock. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just glad you're feeling good again. Me too. I'm happy to have you back. Maybe me being sick summons monsters. So guys, I have a fever. It means Cthulhu's about to show up. My bad. And everyone's like, for the love of God, Lunar, drink the NyQuil. It's like, oh no! There are demons! There are demons are coming! How do we stop them? Red Bull and Tylenol! Well, even Cowrie is being nice to me. Damn, I must be more pitiful than I thought. Huh. I'm glad you're okay, Lunar. Thanks, Yui. I appreciate it. How are you? I'm okay. This is great. The whole gang is back together. Since when were we gang? We hardly know each other. Ah, come on. Don't you think our friendship has been forged in flames? Ray, did you intend to say it like that? Yep, we literally fought through fire and flames together. Now we're all stuff of legends. Well, I don't know how much fighting you did, but I suppose I see where you're coming from. See how awesome it is? I've psyched some powerful friends beside. Mimi kicks ass, and damn, Kaori, you're gonna freaking pack a punch. So stop, you idiot. Hey, Miu. When will the first years learn how to transform like you did? Huh, if I recall correctly, it's toward the end of your first year. Is that right, Kaori? Yep, that's it. Damn, I wish it was sooner. I want to become stronger and actually do something. Me too. Ellipses. Don't worry, I have somewhat of an idea. The teachers are intent on improving the Academy's defenses. I think I could persuade them to start teaching everyone some combat magic sooner rather than later. Wow, you have some kind of influence. Of course, I'm the Academy's prize student. The teachers will listen to me, especially after you laid the beat down on that monster. Yes, about that I have to attend detention this evening as punishment for putting myself in danger. What? Are you serious? But you saved the school. Yes, I know, but my actions were still out of line. I should have left the monster to the teachers to handle. What about Kaori? Detention. That's so unfair. Hey, even I rushed in at one point. Am I gonna get punished? Miyu shakes her head firmly. You were unconscious for days. Satomi couldn't find an enter to put you through detention after that. In addition, since you're first year, there's still a little bit of leeway. But Kaori and I should have known better. Besides, one session of detention isn't so bad. I still believe we did the right thing, but detention is so boring. Ah, geez, sorry guys. It's fine, but we should get going. Kaori, will you accompany me? Yeah, let's go. The girls head off, and I can't help but feel terrible for them. I hope they're okay. They'll be fine. Yeah. Okay, shoot, I have to eat. Alright, tummy is grumbly. I need food. Stat, how did I let it come to this? See ya. Ray dashed off in a hurry. Yui mumbles something. Before I get walking away, I turn to Akari. What's going on with Yui? She seems so down. Did you do something? You didn't accuse her of summoning the monster, did you? No, not exactly. Akari, what did you do? I'm sorry, okay, You were asleep so long I had no one to talk to about my fears, and I shared my suspicions with the others, and a few other students too. Yeah, that was a bad idea. That was bad. That explains why those girls at Tommy's class shot Yui an icy glare. I didn't think people would actually agree with me. I was suspecting them to shut down my foolish ideas just like you did. I mean, you're young. I mean, we're like, what, 20? But still... yeah, you should know that not to... I mean, it was one thing to talk to me about it, that's fine. But to go around the school basically accusing, you know, our new friend of being a terrorist is... I mean... It's a game, and IRL Lunar is able to acknowledge that there's a possibility that's Yui might be the one who summoned the monster. I might have been the one who summoned the monster. There might be multiple paths depending on the actions I take that would have each of the characters do different things. For example, it could just be that Yui was the one I had the highest affection for at that point. That the game's like, okay, whatever character that you have the most affection for is the one that's going to be that way. So it could be like, oh, if I was spending more time with, you know, Miyu, it could have been Miyu, it could have been the one that stayed behind in the school, and then Yui could have been the one who attacked the monster or something. So I don't know how much influence I'm having at this part of the story. I know it's got different endings and different custom scenes and all that, and it's going to take a lot of playthrough to see everything, but I don't know how much influence I actually have on everything. But a lot of people thought it was strange that Yui was nowhere to be seen when the monster showed up. Come on. But Miyu doesn't agree with me, and neither does Rei, so it's okay, right? No, it's hardly okay. You said you sold Yui out and spread some disgusting rumors about her without any proof. I can see the tears welling up in her eyes. Maybe I've been a bit too harsh, but what she did to Yui is unforgivable. I'm sorry, okay? Akari dashes away. Akari, come back. But it's no good. She doesn't react to the slightest. What a mess. When am I gonna get to read again? Field. Go to school. Today passes uneventfully, which is a welcome change. I don't see Akari much, so she even goes the effort to sit away from me during class. When the afternoon rolls around, I decide to confront her. Akari, you can't hide from me forever. Yes, I can. Look, I want to believe that things she said about you were unintentional. Just tell me one thing. Tell you what. Tell me that Yui is still your friend. My friend? Well, yes, of course she is my friend. Good. And if that's the case, we can trust our friends, right? Yes. So trust in Yui. Have faith that she didn't summon the demon. After all, how could she even perform such magic? That's true. Okay, you're right. I was being ridiculous. I'll apologize to you as he's my friend after all. Thank you. I really appreciate that. But what about us? Are we still friends? Of course we are, you goofball. I'm not giving up on you. Hey, I'm not a goofball. Yes, you are. You are, kinda. Maybe a little. But so are you. That's also true. True. I give Akari a playful shove, and she slaps him in the back of the head. Hiya, take that. Ow. Sorry, I got upset easily. I cried myself to sleep thinking about it. I'm sorry, Akari. I was a bit harsh on you, but I'm glad I have a little Akari back. I'm not little. Humph. It was truly nice to have things between us back to normal. If Akari apologizes to Yui soon, I'm sure this whole thing will be forgotten. I mean, I could spend time with Rei at the field, but since we're trying to prioritize things, I should either try to make some more money or try to improve a stat. We will talk to Mr. Steiner. Ah, my favorite guinea pig has arrived. Scurry on in the cauldron, please, and thank you. Ah, kidding, of course. Don't use human experiments anymore. In all honesty, I'm glad to see a young student with a passion for alchemy. It's rather rare these days. When I was but a lad, I spent more time with my mortar and pestle than I'd like to admit. But I'd say that time paid off since I landed such a cushy or challenging job at the academy. If you ever come by the lab and I'm not here, do not fret about my safety. I tend to disappear to my own personal lab when I'm on the verge of a breakthrough. The other teachers worry about me, but I've always returned safe and sound so far. Why, just last month I was putting finishing touches on elixir of ellipses. And I didn't... Ellipses, whatever. And I didn't venture out of my lab for anything save teaching. However, I can't say the elixir was a success. These days I'm working on a new project. I call it Tonic of Tonsil Lice. Never worry about having tonsils removed again. The tonic surgically remove your tonsils with minimal amount of blood spilled. I just need the iron side effects. A few of my subjects have reported dizziness, headaches, and rare case tonsillitis. But never fear. Signer will have the concoction ready by Christmas, probably. Ah, my favorite. Okay. Study alchemy. Studying. Magic, school field alchemy, school debate club. Where the fuck's the debate club? Park. Go to the park for perception, alchemy for school lab. Practice field is magic. By taking the time to study, you can improve your key attributes. Boosting your key attributes has helpful effects, plus girls will be more interested in you if you have attributes a higher score. Study on a rainy day to increase the boost to your attribute. I take up my alchemy book and begin to study. The content of the book is very difficult to wrap my head around. My alchemy attribute has increased. The school... That should be enough studying for today. Read book. Book of Alchemy. Reading will increase my alchemy attribute. One chapter left to read. Read. Finish reading a book. Has increased significantly. Still number D, though. Letter D, whatever. Time to get some sleep. Got some time for school. Check calendar. What day is today? 11. Okay. Library. Okay. Go to school. Ah, there you are. We've been waiting for you. Gotcha, huh? What did I do this time? Calm down. I just want to let you know that we're all meeting after school this evening. What do you mean? Maybe it's called all of us to the rooftop to discuss something important business. Important business? I started panicking. Have the girls finally figured out that I'm a loser? Are they all going to kick me out of the group? Why do you look like you're having a nervous breakdown? It's nothing to worry about. I just want to discuss an opportunity with y'all. Oh, okay. Anyway, make it, or do you have plans after school? I can make it, no sweat. Okay, good. We'll see you on the rooftop this evening. Be there, or be what is it? Squared? That isn't alright. Honestly, Ray, come on, let's go. Toodles. I start to wonder what Mio could possibly be planning, although I'm sure it won't be that bad. Besides, Friday what means I can chill out tomorrow, then I can be coming down. So tell me, have you all finished taking notes? Can I erase the text from the board now? Ah, last check of the time. We'll pack up then, everybody. Have a good weekend. Oh wait, I need something clean to do. It's free tonight. So Tommy scans the room. Most students clever enough to a trader like a deer in headlights. You surely don't have any plans on a Friday night? You saying help me clean up? Damn it, she got me. Okay, sure, thank you. Classroom clears out until Tommy and I left. We need to put all the chairs in the desks and sweep the floors. We need to get empty bins, refill the water cooler, adjust the shelves. How long does this take? Really rusty. Oh boy. Who smiles and hands me a broom. I begrudgingly start sweeping the floor. Say, why don't we have a chat while we work? How's your health recovered from last week's incident? Yeah, I'm doing okay. That's fine. That's great. I was worried about you. So were the other students. Yui was devastated. She skipped a bit of school because of the anxiety. Yui. The poor girl, even though she missed the whole incident, I think she blames herself for not being there for you. You two have grown rather close, haven't you? Yeah, I suppose. She's such a sweet girl and sharp, too. Alchemic aptitude is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I wonder, like Akari was the one that has the second highest affection rating. So I wonder if Miu had the highest, she would have been the one staying behind, and let's say if Akari was second highest, she'd be the one making the accusation. How much effect do I have on this story? I would say it reminds me of Dark Rose Valkyrie for the PS4, which honestly is an incredibly amazing visual novel, but it's also a JRPG. It's mainly a JRPG. But the combat is so tedious and it's awful and it's garbage. So the combat of the actual gameplay is horrible and makes it a shitty fucking game. But everything else about it is good. So if they just removed the actual gameplay, just added as a visual novel, or it made the gameplay better, it'd be a good game. She's such a sweet girl and sharp too. Now, alchemic aptitude is unlike anything I've ever seen in first year student. She's truly gifted. I had no idea. Miss Atsuka? Yes, you can call me Satui. So I have a question about the monster attack. Go on. Did somebody summon the monster? Was it a person I brought to our school? Can you promise to keep it secret from the other students? And keep in mind that I'm only going to share this with you because you were caught up in the battle. I can keep it secret. The truth is, yes, someone did summon the demon. I knew it. The glyph that appeared in the sky above the sigil result a powerful spell that can only be cast by a talented magical girl. However, despite the complexity of the gift, the beast emerged was a low-level demon. It was really nothing more than a nuisance, like a rat or a spider. The contrast between the powerful summoning sigil and the weak demon has left me baffled for days. The conclusion I've drawn is that the spell was cast by a first-timer, someone who has intricate knowledge of magic but who has never attempted to summon a demon before. As such, a sigil like that is generally powerful, but due to the inexperienced caster, only managed to bring forth a weak demon. Had a more experienced caster brought that sigil forth, then, well, we might have had seen the last of the academy. Geez. Do you have any idea who could have been the summoner? At this stage, no. We have questioned all the teaching staff thoroughly, of course. So, it was a student? That is a possibility, but I wouldn't concern yourself too much. Have some faith in your teachers. We will get to the bottom of it. I realize that I've been sweeping the place over and over, so I decided to move somewhere else. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. What is it? I have a date tonight. Oh goodness me, I completely forgot. I blinked a couple times and tried to take in what she just said. She has a date, like a hot date. I'm so forgetful sometimes. I'm sorry, Lunar date. But would you mind finishing up here? I need to get changed and put some makeup on and make sure my underwear is nice enough. Leaving that nugget of information up in the air, Satomi bolts out of the classroom. So I'll just do all of this then, huh? I heave and sigh and continue sweeping. Wait a second. I'm supposed to be meeting the girls on the rooftop tonight. Damn it. Miu will be so disappointed if I don't make it, and Kao will probably wring my neck. Okay, I'll come back to the cleaning some other time, maybe. Finally here, I'm so disappointed in you. You idiot, how could you be late? I'm going to wring your neck. Sorry, did I miss anything? Nope, we haven't even started yet. Miu, we wanted to wait for you. Let's get the thing going. Mimi, I'll eat you after this. Right, we'll get started. I gather you all here to propose an idea. When the school was attacked, countless students didn't even know how to defend themselves. Literally, Akari and Yui. I won't place any blame on you, but you're all first-year students. But students like Ray, who have attended this academy several years, still had no idea how to battle. Yeah, please, I'm trying not to cast judgment, but I'm just stating the facts. This goes not just for you, but for all the other students' academy as well. This reality is, we were essentially defenseless against that monster. Therefore, I propose a solution. If you will join me, I believe we can come to this team, Powerful Magic Girl Defense Group, dedicated to protecting the school against any future attacks. Whoa, we'd be a magical girl team, like something out of a manga. Holy moly. But do we really have the potential to do it, Mimi? It will require a lot of hard work, I won't lie. However, I have already convinced several of the teachers to begin training you in combat magic. Starting from next week, the entire academy will be trained to fight. No longer will the Magic Girl Academy be bare minimum in terms of combat magic. From now on, every student here will learn to transform their magical outfit. Every student will learn how to fight. We will not stand idly by and let another monster wreak havoc in our academy. If you will join me, our group can become one of the foremost line in defense against evil. I have to admit, I'm inspired by Miu's words. The thought of teaming up to fight evil really gets my blood pumping. And I can tell everyone else feels the same way. Hell freaking yeah, I'm in. I'll train extra hard, yeah, to catch up with you, Mimi. Huff, you already know I'm in. I don't need to make a big fuss about it. If you'll have me, I'll do my best. I know magic is all based around healing, but maybe I can still be helpful. I'm scared. I'll do what I can. I guess if we ever need alchemy, I can be of use. If everyone else is in, I'm in too. I know my magic is weaker than any of you, but I'll work on it and give it a shot. Excellent. I'm glad to have you all on board. From now on, I'll be counting on all of you as a team. We need to support each other thick and thin. We cannot let anything divide us. Starting on Monday, your classes will be more intense, and you'll be required to push yourself to the limit. For our first-year students, you'll need to learn how to transform your magic outfits. Miss Yoshida will guide you through this during practical magic class. Ray, Kaori, you're already more than advanced, so keep up your studies and focus on the areas you're lacking in and make up for your weaknesses. You got it, boss. What weaknesses? Have you seen what I can do? It's amazing. Alright, thank you everyone. Together, we'll defend the school at all costs. Woohoo! Let's do it. Everyone starts cheering and laughing. I can't help but go along with it. Feels good to be part of a group, a team with purpose. Though I'm a bit worried about what I can actually bring to the table, I know things will work out. If I study hard, I'm sure I can some magical spells that are impressive and Miu's Kaori's. Lunar, Yoi, can I speak with the two of you in private? Yeah. Everyone else, you're dismissed. Enjoy the weekend. Miu pulls Yui and myself aside. What's up? I'm sure you're both familiar with the rumors that are being spread around the academy lately. Are you talking about the one that involved Yui? Yes, Yui, I'm terribly sorry that you are going through this. For some reason, well, thank you. Thank you, Miu. For some reason, many students believe you are behind the monster summoning. The accusations aimed at you are completely ridiculous and irrational. I have received authority to issue a detention to any student I catch spreading these rumors. I promise you that I will quash these rumors once and for all, and once again I apologize that you have been subjugated to such a baseless abuse. Wow, Miu, I don't know what to say. Do not trouble yourself. I only wish to correct the public opinion of you. The thought of you, a first-year student, could be behind a monster summoning is just so outlandish it makes me cringe. Yui offers Miu a warm smile. Thank you, Miu. I've been so miserable last week, and I don't even know how the rumor got started. I wasn't even involved in the battle. I know. It's all going to be okay now. Literally, I want you to look after Yui, okay? And if you witness anyone harassing her, be sure to report them to me immediately. You got it, Captain? Yes. I'll be counting on you, Lunar. Don't sweat it. It'll be a piece of cake. Very good. Okay, get going, you two. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be working hard from Monday. I smile at Yui, and she gives me an embarrassed thumbs up. Weekend, here I come. Do we finish cleaning the classroom? About the day off, what should I do? Schedule. Cafe. Arcade. Stay in bed. Is there a purpose to that? Would I gain anything? Can I go to the school on a Saturday? School's closed. Okay. I was just curious. What's everybody doing again? Department store. Cafe. Can I help you with something? If you're not purchasing anything, can you please move aside? Sorry, those are me. I just don't have time to chat. Sorry. Okay, what can we buy? Oh my god, everything is expensive. Cosplay maid outfit. Meditate. Then again, this is really the Lunar D8 thing to do. Oh, you gonna go hang out with people? No, I'm gonna go nature. It's kind of sad though. My default thing to do is, what do you want to do? I want to sit and read books, or I want to go walk on a bike trail, or sit in a park, or we'll look at the, the weather, the rain, and the trees. Okay, meditating. I close my eyes and try to focus on the sounds and sensations of the world around me. Time goes by. Wow, F rank perception. That's shitty. That should be enough meditation for today. What's on my schedule? Read book. Son of a bitch! Meditate. Close my eyes and try to focus on the sound sensation of the worlds around me. Time goes by slowly. My perception attribute has increased. That should be enough meditation for today. Got the day off. What should I do? Check schedule. Ah, she's at the department door later. Okay. When do I get to go to the beach? Should... Obtained wine! Talk to Shin. Customer's cat's got missing in the store. I can't find him. I can hear it hissing at people when they go to the fridges. Freaking me out, dude. Like the devil from hell. Can't we go home? Okay, do some work. Start work. You are an absolute delight. Why, I have a daughter about your age. Maybe I can introduce you to. Did you want to buy anything? Oh, heavens, no. I just came in to say hello to you. There's a line of customers. You're not shopping. I need you guys to visit. How rude. There's no way to introduce you to my daughter. I can't win them all. Customer storms off. Thanks, I earned a bonus. Yay. Department store. They find vintage with hints of persimmon and mandarin nose, fermented using grapes hand-picked in a dark alley. What? Doesn't actually contain any alcohol. You just had to put that last part in there. Here, have some wine. I can't believe you got me a gift. Thank you so much. Yui's affection has increased by 2. Spend some time, Yui. Isn't high enough. Yeah, we're 1% off from actually. No, fuck. Out. Spend time with Yui. Hang out. Hang out Yui and we gossip about each other's students at school. Yui seems to think that the other first-year students are all too rebellious for their age. Yui's affection increased by 1. Schedule. Cool. Go to school. I want to take a minute to talk to all of you about exams. You've still got some time to go. Your first exams start in the middle of July. But don't think you can slack off just because you have a bit of time. You won't pass unless you work on improving yourself. Exams will focus on 4 key elements: your magical prowess, your alchemy skills, your perception, and your expertise. Your rank in each of these elements, these key attributes, will determine your final score in the exam. In order to achieve a passing grade, we expect at least a D grade in each of these attributes. A dedicated student should have a C grade in each of these attributes in order to pass the first exam with flying colors. Of course, there will be a reward for students with the best score in the class, so do your best to improve your 4 attributes and ace the exam. Failing the exam will result in reassessing your place here at the Academy. Okay, that's all for now. Enjoy the rest of your classes. When I walked through the hallway after lunch, I stumbled upon 2 girls handing out pamphlets to other students. The girls look very similar to each other, and I immediately assumed they must be twins. One looks full of energy and the bouncing around to give the other men pamphlets if possible. The other girl is sleepy and holding back a yawn. She doesn't seem to be trying very hard. Amy, come join the debate club. Every debate is sure to get your blood pumping. Ame, I disagree, but every debate will surely get your mind racing. Oh boy, they want students to join the club, but I better keep my head down and get them past as fast as possible. Oh, you there. You're that special kid, right? No, not special. Unique. Damn, looks like they spotted me. The energetic, pushy girls throw a pamphlet into my face. Join the debate club. You don't have to, but you should. Maybe I can throw them off topic. Maybe they'll stop bothering me. You 2 twins. Yeah, we're sisters. She's Ame, and she's Amy. She's always sleepy, but except when she comes to debate club. She's always energetic, especially when it comes to the debate club. I see. It's all very interesting. Now, if you'll excuse me. Oh, no problem. You can go on your way, as long as you join the club. That's right, we can't let you pass because we are a membership quota to meet. If we don't get enough members, we should get shut down. That's too bad. That's where you come in. Join our club. Yes, join our club. Become one of us. One of us. One of us. Jeez. Is this a debate club or some sort of cult? Maybe if I just say I'll join, they'll let me get by. Fine, I'll join. How can I get going? Woo! Did you hear that, Ame? Yes, I heard that, Amy. Now, listen carefully. We meet every evening as school finishes, but we don't expect members to attend every day. Just come when you feel you have time. We're rather flexible, you know. However, the more you attend, the more you'll benefit. The debate club is a great way to improve yourself. Legends say that attending the club will help improve your expertise. That's right, things you learn in debate club will surely help you on your exams. And there's probably other benefits too. You'll learn great arguments and negotiation techniques. You could probably even learn how to successfully ask for a raise at work. Well, it does sound pretty useful. You know it. Anyway, come along when you have the chance. We meet in the debate club room just down the hall. I'm sure you can have guessed that. Okay, see you there. Yes, see you there. The girls immediately start trying to hand out their pamphlets to another student walking by. I suppose if the debate club can help me improve my expertise, it would be worth attending now and then. I'll have to check it out. I can now travel to the debate club. Exams are coming soon. I wonder if I'll be able to prepare in time. According to the school calendar, the first set of exams starts on July 19th. That gives me a little over 2 months to get ready. It sounds like I'll need a D grade in each of my key attributes just to score a pass, and a C grade in each attribute should the results in a really high score. I think I'll have to think about it to raise my attributes. I could always go to the library and borrow some books to read. Or I could go to using facilities to raid school town. The Academy will perform perfect alchemy, and I can go to the practice field to study magic. Then there's the debate club, which I'm sure will attend and increase expertise and perception. Maybe I can go to meditate in the park. I'll have to do my best to use the time effectively and get ready for the exam, but my overall goal needs to be getting my girlfriend before New Year's Eve. How on earth should I balance the time? Check schedule. Okay, first off, let's go to the library. Return book. Borrow book. Book borrowed. Go somewhere else. Debate club. Talk with Ami and Amy. Ami and Amy are here today. What should I do? Lunar Deity's here. Yeah, are you here to debate? I think Lunar Deity here is just here to chat. I mean, chatting and debating aren't really that different. They're just different intensities. That's not enough commitment to the club. I want a daily debate. That's too much work, sis. Right, fine. You can sit back and snooze all you want. I'm going to practice my latest arguments. Sure gets agitated when it comes to the club. She can be a bit of a pain, right? I'm still here. Amen. Can I hear you? Yeah. You lazy, no good son of a Z. Can't just sleep to get away from the other problems. I still think it'd be an interesting idea, the touch grass idea, like where you just have a VR game that's just you exploring the environments of all the different video games. Even if it's a video game like the Sega Genesis era, to where it's like in much more, high quality, like PS5. Like imagine NES games remade in like Elden Ring types. Like imagine the world of like Mario or Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2. Remade in... Or imagine the world of Sonic the Hedgehog, but remade in like Elden Ring. And you just walk around and talk to people and enjoy environment, touch grass, and watch the weather. You can even like play things like chess or shogi. Can't just sleep to get away from your problems. Yeah, okay. Join. Should I spend some time debating? I can prove my expertise attribute. Does it count that, like, I do the debate club with myself, because I talk to myself all the time as part of, like, Let's Play stuff. I mean, I've been doing that all my life, but that's more so me just being a lonely person talking to toys and stuffed animals. But main point is I'll walk bike trails and I'll just talk to myself. Sometimes rabbits come by me and I start talking to bunny rabbits about the plots of a video game. But I do actually have little debates with myself where I sort of imagine, like, basically you think of whether I'm ruminating on old things from the past, or how certain conversations went, or things I need to improve on, or how to... Or sometimes it's stuff about the Bible, sometimes it's stuff about anime, and sometimes it's legitimately like debate stuff to where I'm basically having a mock conversation with myself as if I'm multiple people, having a sort of debate, weighing the pros and cons of multiple choices, or trying to like if I was trying to argue a certain point about how I feel about something, then I try to okay, how would I voice my opinions and feelings on it, and how would the person, if they were hypothetically trying to argue against me, what points would they bring up if they were wanting to try to argue against me, and how would that conversation go? But it's not like I'm taking one stance over the other. I'm legitimately trying to push both as hard as possible. Or does that just make me weird? I'm probably just weird. I'm just saying I talk to myself a lot. I mean, I got too lost in thought walking on that bike trail that went for fucking 23 miles. And yeah, my body really did not like that. I almost died. Joking aside, I kind of almost died. Leave it to me to be such a fucking failure that I get, so lost in thought that I turn going for a walk into a struggle for life and death. Fuck. But, I do, there's times I've, paced my living room for, 7 hours straight having conversations with myself. Then again, heck, when my son first moved out, I spent, usually several hours a day just sitting in his room talking to his stuffed animals. But I think that's multiple mental illnesses compounding on each other with just circumstances and shit. But yeah, main point is I've always, heck, even as I remember I'd go out to a park when I was 8 years old and 9 years old and 10 years old, and I'd go out to the park by myself and I would have my toys and I would talk to them and they would talk to each other. And yes, I know it sounds stupid. I know I'm stupid. But main point is I have talked to myself for a long period of time, and I do spend a lot of time in isolation. And there's multiple times where I've paced my living room, having conversations with myself for like 7 hours at a time, to where I'll just be. Then again, I also stand in my living room juggling balls, listening to Godsmack, Korn, and Disturbed, and System of a Down, and some Pantera. So, okay. Then I've said before, like, I'm never going to be monetized on this channel. I don't know why YouTube would ever want to monetize me. But yeah, I'm never going to monetize the channel or have super chats or have merch. I'm just a guy who likes to talk, and I like Let's Plays. And this is a place where we talk without a filter, and it's a place for me just to basically just talk. And basically, it's just, hey, welcome to the channel where it's a dude who's just a lonely person who needs people to talk to. So he's talking to his computer screen, to himself. But to be fair, I'd be talking to myself anyway. It's just, it seems less crazy if it's part of a Let's Play. And the video games that I'm playing at least give me something to focus on. Otherwise, I'd just be pacing my room having conversation with myself going in every possible direction. That's another thing. If I'm talking to someone IRL, I tend to be very short with my words. I tend to be very stoic and non-expressive of emotions. And I also tend to use the other person as a bit of a sounding board. Basically to keep myself on a stable conversation. Because if I'm left to my own devices, I just sort of go in every conceivable direction. I get lost repeatedly. But if I have the other person I'm talking to, then the context of what they are talking about helps sort of keep me stable and understanding that this is the topic we're talking about. Stay on this topic. So, yeah. Ami suggests a debate topic. We dive into a heated discussion. The arguments and opinions thrown around all hold value. My expertise attribute has increased. The debate wraps up, though neither side is a clear winner. That should be enough for today. And that's, honestly, I think would still be pretty fun. Because at the end of the day is this. I think any good debate should be more like a conversation. It's not a competition. It's not a goal to, like, I'm not trying to prove my way is correct, nor am I trying to prove the other person is wrong. Though, I guess that could be the other way around entirely if, it's something that has a definitive need to be right. But there are certain things that are that way and some things that are not. There are some things that you absolutely have to be definitively right on, and other things you don't. Which those are, use common sense. That being said, I think the most important thing when it comes to a conversation is just trying to make sure you get your point across, that other people understand you, and that that you try to understand them. It's not that you have to agree with them, it's that you have to understand what logic or rationale that they are trying to use. And you're also trying to not only express your own logic and rationale, but by having to actually put your logic and rationale out there, especially in an organized form of words, you're able to better organize your own thoughts and understand your own arguments better. Also, if they're able to try to poke holes in your logic, then you can reevaluate certain things so that you can improve the way you look at things. That way you can try to refine your arguments and have a better understanding of your own conversation so that you can be even better at arguing your point and be more concise and make it more relatively not only coherent, but actually compelling, just rambling bullshit. Though, I will say this, it's also important to stay true to your own convictions. And while, yes, you can be open-minded and you should certainly listen to what other people have to say, at the end point, I would say this. Understand your own point of view better, but don't compromise on your own beliefs. Even if you're someone like me whose beliefs and reasoning on things is a bit... I don't fit into any sort of box neatly. Simply put, regardless of any political belief you are part of, you will find something to disagree with me on. I have my very particular beliefs, and I am very strong and very firm in my beliefs, and I have spent a very long period of time having very long conversations with myself for hours and hours at a time, sometimes for multiple days, weeks, and usually coming back to things as I come back, because eventually I'll just say I want to hop to a different discussion. I have trouble staying on one topic. But main point is I will sometimes discuss a certain topic with myself for hours and hours and hours at a time. And I'll also try to listen to everyone out there, regardless of their beliefs, regardless of how much they disagree with me on things. That way I can take in as much information as possible, so that way I can have as many perspectives as I can, so that I can understand my own views better. And so I can just evaluate my thoughts and things and how I can try to organize them better. Now, as far as when it comes to expressing those, to be honest, whether it's me talking like this right now or me writing in my fucking community posts, let's be clear, it basically comes out as a fucking waterfall of just an overwhelming amount of information, to the point that it's probably asking too much to expect anyone to fucking read something that's like multiple pages of just non-stop dialogue. But that's more so me just spitballing my thoughts out in free form and letting them just sort of all come out. Now, I suppose if anyone wanted to use it as part of a fucking lecture or some sort of stupid, pretentious bullshit, they'd have to try to like break it down into some bulletin point list and try to trim what was considered fat here and there and try to make it a more concise thing. But I really don't give a fucking shit about that. It's not about trying to convey a point across. It's about wanting to be understood. It's not about trying to make things presentable or be all charismatic. It's more about, I just want to be myself. So even if it's not something that's, presentable, even if it's something that's like just this huge confusing mess of a mass of overwhelming information, that's just who I am. I don't want to change that. Obviously, yes, if it came to actually having a proper fucking discussion or debate, I would have to, just for the sake of no one wants to fucking sit there for 4 fucking hours straight as I ramble incoherently. But I really don't care. I really don't care about trying to prove anything. I just want to express myself. If nobody fucking cares or wants to hear it, then I'm okay with that too. I just want to be able to talk. Also, I noticed that fractal over there on the wall. That's pretty cool. I like that painting. But yeah, I do get a bit carried away with that, but that's just how I feel about that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't fit in any sort of box. Regardless of what category it is, many people would find that there's many things that I don't fit into a category on. Like, whether it comes to religion or like people being gay or stuff like that, regardless of where you are on that aisle, I'm going to disagree with you on something about it. Now, that being said, I have been very specific, and I've actually outlined actual straight up lines defining the boundaries of exactly what my beliefs and feelings are on things. But the problem is, in order for anyone out there potentially listening to this to understand that, you'd have to read through a 20,000 word community post, one of which I've made like several hundred of, where I've gone into absolute detail about what my beliefs and feelings are. Because at the end of the day is this: I adhere to a strict moral code. At the end of the day, I'm basically a crazy psycho person who is a pacifist, who has a very rigid sense of honor and integrity. But I also have a very ludicrous way of expressing it or existing within the confines of those rules for myself. But the point is, I do have a set of rules, a set of morals, a set of what I consider ethical and honorable and to be acting with integrity and decency that I hold very, very strongly. It's very, well, I feel it's trite to say complicated, but honestly, I'm actually underselling it by saying they're complicated, given the fact that just describing, it's not just a simple yes or no answer. It's literally a huge diatribe of thousands and thousands and thousands of words describing what my actual beliefs and feelings are on things. But the main way to put it is this. As much as I sound like I'm a fucking schizo poster, and honestly, I can't say I can deny that, description of myself. Yeah, I order my thoughts by logic, by compassion, by common sense, and by kindness. At the end of the day, many of my beliefs and feelings about things would be considered paradoxical, if not downright hypocritical by some people. And they would feel that some things I support contradict other things, but I disagree very emphatically with that. And I've been very, very thorough with explaining how that actually functions in the numerous community posts I've done. Though, of course, my community posts are all over the place because, like I said, it's a place for me to talk about, my thoughts and feelings without a filter. And my thoughts and feelings are not just on one subject. It's not like this channel is me talking about one set thing No, it's primarily a Let's Play channel and focus on comedy. But it's devolved into me basically treating YouTube like it's my fucking therapist. Like all of you out there are basically my fucking therapist. But at the same time, in one regard, maybe I'm a bit of a therapist for all of you as well. Because here's the thing. One, maybe people can drop by if they somehow find something I fucking do on this channel entertaining. But more to the point is this. Maybe there's people out there that relate to how I feel about things. And if that's the case, honestly, I think the most important thing you do, if you do relate to how I feel, is go see a doctor. Go see both a physical doctor as well as a psychiatrist and a psychologist. But that being said, and of course, make some more friends and, hopefully have people that love and care about you. And maybe get some better sleep and take care of yourself and go to the gym and just try to be happier and nicer to yourself and listen to music. But aside from that, main point is this. If other people can relate to how I feel, then maybe it can help them to sort of just sort out their own thoughts and feelings. And heck, it's not like I expect anybody to believe the exact same way I do. It's not like I have any intention of forcing my beliefs on other people. It's more so I just want to talk about things and to be understood. And if other people, read my writings on far as my random thoughts how I see things in the world, one, maybe you see things the same way too. And the fact that I spent all those hours organizing those thoughts, maybe you'll read through what I've written and you actually agree with my very, very all over the place way of describing things. But at the end of the day, I don't think any of it's paradoxical. I don't think any of it's hypocritical. I don't think any of it really contradicts itself at all. But at the end of the day, even if people were to consider me a hypocrite, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, the only person I really care about as far as, caring about whether or not I'm an honorable or decent human being is me. It's because I'll tell you this, there's lots of people, especially say with church stuff, that will say that a lot of Christians are Christians in name only, and that they aren't, really devout followers, and they're very backsliders and stuff like that, that they don't really pay much attention to it, and they don't think much about it. I would say very much so, I'm the opposite. I have given a great deal of thought to both the Bible and to God, and I've thought about it a great deal. Though I will say this, I don't think anyone should be punished in this life or the next for who they do or don't believe in. And I'm not saying that non-Christians cannot go to heaven, but I am saying that no one goes to heaven except through Christ. Now, the exact specifics of that's up to God. But I'm certainly saying no one should ever be, attacked if they don't believe in God. There's plenty of people that I've known who are atheists, and it's still been wonderful to discuss things about nature and just the environment and science with them. As well as in many situations, I've had atheists who would have a genuine curiosity about the Bible, and I could just sit and tell them Bible stories. Heck, I've known a few Catholic people that really didn't know too much about certain Bible stories because the church focused on other things. And that's the thing. Sometimes, take doctors, for instance. All the different doctors, in order to be a doctor, you have to be brilliant, and you have to spend a lot of time studying. But there are certain things that require a lot of specialty, specialized training and study. For example, a heart surgeon and a brain surgeon are both absolute high-level geniuses, but they're going to know certain different skill sets. And, they're not exactly going to be good at doing the other person's job. It's not to say that one's better than the other. It's just saying there are some things that require such a high level of study that you sometimes have to exclude studying other things. It'd be like the idea, I want to learn multiple languages. I want to eventually know German, Japanese, French, and Hebrew. But obviously I'm focusing on German. Even then, I'm not sure if I'll ever learn that. It's a very slow process. And honestly, I'm not really focusing on it as much as I probably should. But imagine if someone was trying to learn every language in the world simultaneously. No. At the end of the day, you have to, if you want to learn a certain language, you have to okay, there are certain languages you will probably never get a chance to ever study. Same way, say if you're and it's good to study a little bit of different subjects. But it'd be like saying if you're a car mechanic, you probably won't have the time to learn how to be I'm trying to think of another. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose one way to look at it is, imagine if you're a person who uses diesel vehicles all the time, and you're a maintenance person for diesel vehicles. You probably would still be at a loss for certain things if you're working on an electric vehicle. Or imagine if you're someone who's an expert at building submarines, and you meet someone who's an expert at building airplanes. You're both incredibly smart and have an incredible amount of hard work you've put into it. But, you wouldn't exactly be able to switch jobs. But you would perhaps be able to apply your knowledge of your specialty in those certain things. Because there would be certain generalized things both people would know. But there would also be very specific things to, say, submarines or airplanes that you wouldn't know if you're the other person. But also, perhaps if you're a person working submarines, and you went to airplanes, maybe there might be some things to your unique background that you might be able to think of new, creative, out of the ordinary sort of things that someone who's been working with airplanes their whole life and never a submarine may never have thought of. So I'm just saying it's still interesting to talk to people that are atheists about the Bible, and I do recommend that everyone, regardless if you believe or do not believe, that you should read the Bible. Even if you don't believe in God, I think it's a good idea for you to read the Bible. Then again, I think it's a good idea for everyone to read as much as possible. So regardless if you're a Christian or atheist or whatever, I think it's a good idea to really read some Edgar Allan Poe, read a bunch of poetry books, read some Don Quixote, read some Canterbury Tales, read some really good books. Read Shakespeare. Read the Odyssey. Read Greek mythology. I don't believe in the Greek gods, but I find it fascinating to go back and read Greek mythology, or read mythology from Sumerian times, or, of course, I enjoy lots of video games and anime. Heck, I'll read Warhammer books, and Dungeons and Dragons books, and light novels, and fan fictions. I just think it's really good to read and to listen to music, and to go for walks, and enjoy the bike trails, and learn instruments. There's lots of things to experience and grow on. But, yeah, there's many things I disagree with on preachers on, and I've given a lot of thought to explain why and how I think the way I do. I don't expect other people to agree with me, and I certainly would never want to force my way of seeing the world on other people. I just want to be myself. And that being said, I definitely had to give it a lot of thought to reconcile my own feelings in regard to making sure I'm still in line with being honorable toward God. And I've done that. Now, whether or not anyone else takes the time to read my dissertations on that, albeit the super long community posts I've made are basically excerpts of that, since even then I had to cut a lot of things that just wouldn't fit into the overly long messages, because I'm pretty sure YouTube never intended anyone to be typing the absurdly long messages that I have. But the main point is that a lot of these things are pieces of a puzzle of a lot of the things I've written down that properly explain why and how I feel the way I do, and how I feel everything I feel is justified. Now, that being said, at the end of the day, if other people don't agree with that, then that's fine. Now, certainly I'll listen to their points of view on it, and I don't assume myself to be correct in everything. But that being said, I have my thoughts and my beliefs on things, and I'm not going to compromise the integrity of how I feel about things. Because it's not like an issue of, oh, it's my truth, this person's truth. No, there is just the truth. That being said, at the end of the day, there's some people that, like, there's lots of people that are, say, flat earthers, and they believe it a certain way, and at a certain point, you really can't argue with facts and logic at that point. But all you can do is to sort of just point the person in the right direction to read certain things. And then I'm always not opposed to someone be like, hey, read this, Lunar, if someone disagrees with me. But at the same point, I feel a lot of people's motivations on that are just to sort of prove themselves right, as sort of an ego or pride thing, rather than actually legitimately treating my arguments with good faith. That they sort of assume that because my beliefs don't fit into their, worldview, that I must be wrong. And at that point, it's just an ego issue thing for them, to where they have to prove themselves right, that they're superior to me in some way. At that point, I really don't care. That being said, I do enjoy the conversations, as long as people are polite and respectful. And of course, I'm always open to trying to understand other people. But I have given a lot of thought to how I think and feel about things. And I have very strong reasons to feel and think the way I do. It's just that, honestly, one, somebody would have to legitimately have the fucking interest to want to talk to me about stuff. And two, even then, it's the fact that it would take legitimately hours and hours of conversation. But at that point, it's honestly faster for them just to read my community posts, where I just go in depth on everything. And like I said, I never claimed to be a saint. I never claimed to be, someone who's amazing or good. I'm a person who's been a failure at everything in my life, my entire life. I mean, heck, I juggle balls in my living room listening to Godsmack. I'm not any better at juggling. I absolutely would not be good at juggling at all. But that still doesn't change the fact that every moment I've spent in my living room juggling those balls, I had fun. I'm not any good at it. I haven't progressed in skill. I'm never going to be able to use it in any way to make money. I'm never going to be any good at it, probably, because I've been spent so much time at it already with no improvement that, honestly, I may never improve. But the end point is I'm still having fun doing the juggling. So, yeah, and I know some people would say, oh, if you're going to do something, you have to improve. And yes, it is a bit discouraging to fail a lot, and it's discouraging to not make any steps forward. But I'll say if it's something like juggling some balls, like an acrobatic sort of thing, I'd rather just be having fun. As long as I'm enjoying it, that's what matters most to me. If it was something serious that was either a matter of life and death or a matter of doing a thing for a job, then yes, I absolutely need to improve and do a good job at that. But that's because there's stuff riding on it, and in the end, something like that is stressful. Whereas me juggling the balls, yes, if I improve, that'd be cool, but I'm doing it because it's not stressful, because I enjoy it. Same way making these videos. I'm never going to make a cent about it, but I just enjoy making them. And the same way, if I were to I need to refine a video and make it all good. Honestly, if I only released a video if I thought everything was perfect with it, I never would have released a single video ever. I understand every video I make is absolutely fucking cringe, and it's just, it's just a sad, lonely, boring person rambling on, annoying everyone. But it's just who I am. It's no sense to me trying to doll or dress that up to try to make me sound more appealing or of value. I just am who I am. But yeah, like I said, I don't fit in any sort of box or any category. No matter what box you put me into, there would be people that identify completely with that box that would completely fucking resent me. And that's literally every kind of group that you could ever put me in. Because here's the thing. A lot of people would say, oh, you're not a real Christian. You're Christian name only because you disagree with certain things. And the answer is, that's God's call to make. But I've given it a lot of thought. And I disagree very strongly with you on it. Now, that being said, I don't really want to force my view on anyone. I just want to always grow and understand my own view better and just be the best version of myself I can be. Even if that's always going to be seen as a failure by everyone else. That I'm always going to be seen as worthless. I'm just garbage. Whatever. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and there's no sense being stressed out about stuff that you can't control. The stuff you can't control, don't stress about it. And if there is stuff you can control, then do what you can to make it better. Always try to... At the end of the day, you should always try to strive to be able to have as much influence over your life as possible. That if there are things you can improve, that you should do it. But at the same time, you should understand that you won't always succeed, and that there's some things you can't even try. And people would say, oh, that's loser talk or whatever. And yeah, you're probably not wrong. But it's a way of living I've found that is more survivable for me, to make the best of everything around me and to, be able to take things day by day so that I can feel okay enough to see the next day. So, but we each have our own ways of handling that, and perhaps by everyone else's estimation of things, my way of doing things is wrong and a failure. But that doesn't change how I'm going to approach life. I have my way of doing things. I have my way of thinking. I have given them a lot of thought. And yeah, when I say when it comes to God and Christ, I know a lot of people say there's a lot of Christians that are Christians in name only and they don't take God seriously enough. I take it very, very seriously, to the point that I perhaps think more strongly about God and the Bible than most preachers do. That being said, I value free will very, very highly, and I value the idea of people thinking through things on their own, rather than just being told what to think, to take in a lot of information and try to dissect it, and also try to combine information that's completely unrelated to each other and apply it to different things. It's interesting to think about things like the Bible, and then think about things like dinosaurs, or microbiology, or atoms, or nuclear bombs, or outer space, or the mosasaurs from the Cretaceous period, which that does not quite count in the same category as dinosaurs. I believe they themselves require their own, special call-out. Giving a shout-out to the mosasaurs of the Cretaceous period. There's several documentary things of it on YouTube that I think are very fascinating to watch, especially with all the CG renditions of an animal that has ceased to exist for millions and millions and millions and millions of years before humanity came around. So I think that's really cool, though I would say perhaps a little bit of a warning to those of you that might have a fat thalassophobia sort of thing. But yeah, sorry, I started rambling again. I really do need to try to not do the rambling thing. What were we doing? Okay, read book. Okay. But yeah, I probably should save here, but main point is, I don't fit in any sort of box or anything, and whether it comes to many different subjects, I have my very, very detailed reasons about what I think and what I feel. It's just, it would take a very, very long time to actually go through and list all of those thoughts, and even then, I haven't written everything down in community posts either. But I feel that I've written enough to at least get the gist of my beliefs down in a way other people can understand. But I suppose the main thing we're saying is that it's important for people to just a world of, I don't know, maybe a world where we all could just sit and play Halo together and no one would ever want to harm anyone ever again. Heck, there's reports about England, about how parts of England are kind of on fire, there's rioting and stuff going on. There's the city of Leeds and a few other places. I see a lot of stuff like that and I worry about the future of the rest of the world. I'd say I would like to hope things would get better, but honestly there's not jack shit I could ever do about anything. In the end, the only advice I can give to all of you out there is just listen to the band A Perfect Circle. 13th Step album's a pretty good place to start. But yeah, the band A Perfect Circle. If anyone really familiar with that band knows it's, the band Tool, which has quite a few albums as well. I'd say the Lateralis album from Tool is really good. As well as I would definitely suggest listening to Korn albums. Beyond that, what can I say? Maybe when I stop this video, I'll just lay down in bed, listen to some ASMR, and cuddle a body pillow. But yeah, that's the main thing I really suggest to people is just sing some karaoke, talk about your own feelings, do some self-reflection, listen to some music, and watch Pokemon Orange Island Leagues. It's the best season in all of Pokemon. It came right after the Indigo League stuff, but right before Johto. It's around the same time period as the second Pokemon movie, Pokemon 2000. It's the movie of Lugia, the giant bird fish. It's a bird that goes underwater most of the time. It's a legendary bird. But yeah, Lugia. Pokemon 2000 is really good. I was talking about that movie a bit in the previous video. What I was saying, that'd be cool if a Raging Golden Eagle were to remake, if he had the copyright rights to do so, at least as close as he can to it. And it started with Ash at Kanto region, and starting at 20 when he leaves Pallet Town. And the show would be more mature and have a little bit more sexual themes and fan service, but it wouldn't have actual outright sex or nudity, and it wouldn't have gore or something. So we're not talking like violence on the level of Guts, the Berserk story with Griffith in the Eclipse. We're talking like Bleach or One Piece levels of violence and sexual themes. No worse than that. And, we'd redo the story, and Jesse and James would still be comedic villains until the Pokemon 2000 thing. We'd make that canon. And after that, they become heroes. Traveling friends with Ash catching them. And they're no longer comedic either. They're just straight up protagonists who are traveling with Ash, sleeping next to him in sleeping bags, and they're best buddies. And then from that point on, the rest of the Team Rocket series, they would be more mature as enemies and non-comedic, but nothing overly violent. It's still, it's not a kid's show at that point, but it's not, Hellraiser. It's not like a Saw movie, okay? I don't want it to be too violent, and I don't want it to be too sexual. But I imagine something like that made by like Raging Golden Eagle and Asmongold would make a very good show. I've said it before, I think Asmongold is the Diogenes of the internet. Diogenes was a philosopher from back in the times of ancient Greece. But I think a lot of Diogenes' philosophical views of life, I feel, are very in line with Asmongold as far as what kind of person he is. That being said, I would say I like to look into a lot of different philosophy of many different eras. Heck, I've made a community post describing how Don Quixote's character is actually an otaku weeb. How the story by Cervantes of Don Quixote is a story of a weeb. It's a story of a otaku trying to make the world a better place. An otaku who reads all these stories of chivalry and honor and bravery and just is disappointed that the world outside doesn't have that sense of decency and bravery and compassion and just strength of character you see of that basically that people in real life don't live up to the same pureness of personality and of just dignity and decency and chivalry and honor that you would read in the anime that the heroes are, that real life people fall short of that, and it's disappointing. And heck, there's so many things that stories can be escapism, but at the same time I've made a video talking about how Nekos, I think, sort of embody a great deal of affection and love and human connection that honestly I feel kind of doesn't exist in the real world. And yes, people could say, oh, you're just one of those losers that's alone for a long time and nobody would like you in that sort of way. And honestly, you're probably not wrong. I have been alone for a long time. And I really can't deny the accusation that I'm a loser or that I'm worthless or that there's nothing about me that anybody would have any reason to care about me for. That being said, I've also spent a lot of time watching other people out there in life, and just like even if I go to a mall, I'll overhear other people talking or see the way they treat each other, and it just feels so depressing, and not in the way that's a good way. It's not like, oh, I'm depressed in a way like, oh, these people are all lovey-dovey and I'm jealous of it. It's more like these people seem like they hate each other and they seem so miserable that I'm alone. But at the end of the day, it's like, what's it going to be like if I actually were to have somebody? Am I going to be in the same situation? Heck, at one point I was married, and it was fucking hell. And I'll say this, I tend to be a very lonely person, but I was never more alone than when I was married. My marriage was horrible. My marriage and my divorce were fucking hell. And I never want to go through that ever again. But it's just, that's the idea. The Nekos, it just sort of represents a sort of affection and gentleness that I feel in general is just missing from the world. Or maybe it's just the fact that I'm just a very lonely person who, with the exception of my mother and my son, I literally can't remember what a hug feels like. Then again, I'm the kind of person that would be nice if I just had my face in the middle of some titties of a girl that had some big tits and just she was just gently petting and head patting my head, telling me I'm cared about. That's sort of, I think the word's doting. It means someone who's very fond of somebody and non-judgmental. Somebody who, basically imagine the idea of somebody who accepts you, understands you, who you don't really have any secrets from, and they know you on a deep personal level, and they respect you still. That they know you even to your deepest secrets, and they respect you, and they care about you, and they love you, and they're very affectionate, and would never be violent or aggressive or hurt you or betray you or lie to you. Heck, let me go to Google real quick. I can just type in doting real quick. By the way, doting is spelled DOTING. Let me go to, just give me a second, I'm typing in doting. Doting definition. Extremely and uncritically fond of somebody. Adoring. Someone who's doting is loving and fond and tends to spoil you terribly. Your doting grandmother, for example, might shower you with gifts even when it's not your birthday. If someone you know adores you beyond all reason, only seeing your good points and completely disregarding your faults, they doting. And it's not saying that they don't know about your faults. It's that they accept you with your faults. It's not like you're saying someone is just wearing rose-tinted glasses and they just can't acknowledge your faults. It's that they see everything that's fucking wrong with you, and they see everything that's good about you, and that they respect and love you regardless of that. Doted upon doting, upon dotes upon, to give lots of love or attention to someone, something. What is doting in a relationship? Say someone. Synonyms: adoring, devoted, fond. Meaning of doting: to be lavish or excessive in one's attention, fondness, or affection, usually used with on synonyms: admire, adore, cherish, dote, enjoy, fancy. But let me try to go back so I can get that one thing. But yeah, doting. DOTING. Extremely and uncritically fond of someone. Adoring. But then again, in general, there's perhaps a lot of people out there that probably aren't capable of that. And there's perhaps many people out there that don't value receiving that either. And maybe people could just describe me as being a defective person for my extreme desire for this. Because I know there's plenty of people out there that don't care about this at all. And there's many people that are completely incapable of giving it. And I understand there's many, many people that literally do not fucking care about it at all. And many of the people that do care, not that much. And in general, this is, like I said, it's the Neko thing. It just represents a sort of affection, a gentleness. I made a whole video talking about it. Just type Nekos into my YouTube channel search bar, or Neko, Neko. But yeah. And don't get me wrong, I would still tend to be a bit of a isolationist type person. Even if I did have something like that, I would still want to spend some time to myself from time to time. I mean, I would obviously still expect the other person would still, like, even if I had a serious relationship with somebody, I would certainly expect them to, you know, have their own life and stuff too. I mean, it's like, and of course, my marriage was the complete fucking opposite of this. I literally was coming home to somebody who literally hated my fucking guts and was a complete fucking bitch. Then again, heck, I have a 3-inch scar on my right arm to remember last Christmas being married to her by. So yeah, if that's any indication of what kind of fucking relationship I had. But yeah, my marriage was fucking hell and it's garbage, and I never want to get married ever again. Not that anybody would actually want to marry me, but even then, let's be clear, I learned to never fucking marry anybody ever. Because of how bad marriage, divorce, or even the laws around it are, let alone the culture around it, it's just really, really shitty experience. I would rather be alone for the rest of time than go through that again. But I will say this. I am the person who has always placed value upon this trait. Doting. D-O-T-I-N-G. Extremely and uncritically fond of someone. Adoring. I don't know. If anyone out there feels the same of me, type the name of an anime character that you like in a romantic way. And I don't necessarily mean in a sexual way in terms of this person's super hot or attractive. I mean in terms of somebody that would have the kind of personality that if you were in a relationship with them, that they would be kind to you, that you would feel at home, you would feel safe. Now yes, feel free to tell me the names of as many anime characters that you find drop dead sexy gorgeous that you think would be absolutely fun in the sheets to fuck. Like, oh yeah, this girl has a really cute face, and this one's got great expressions, and this one's got awesome tits, and this girl's ass is awesome, and look at these thighs. But yeah, feel free to share all that as well, but particularly I want you to share an anime character whose personality that if you're around this anime character, that, like, imagine if you were alone somewhere with this anime character. Give me the name of an anime character whose personality, you being around them, would make you feel calm, would make you feel safe, would make you not feel stressed or anxious, would take away your stress and anxiety. I don't know. I'm just being dumb. Bye.